New tonight on Our News, live at 7. A surge in shootings under active investigation tonight. The latest attack strikes the Peardale Road community. But first,
what went wrong? Coming up tonight on Our News, we'll have those details into what led to the death of former parliamentarian, former Deputy Speaker, and former Deputy Chairman of the Free National Movement, Don Saunders.
Plus, we'll tell you the grief counseling for athletes after a Grenadian swimmer's father passes away. Then in Our News at 7:30, the shocking claims about an inspector and assistant superintendent accused of robbing a businessman of $90,000. Our News live at 7 starts right now. Welcome to Our News live at 7. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Candido Knowles. New details emerging about the shocking murder of former Tall Pines Member of Parliament Don Saunders. The country's top cop held a press conference this morning revealing officers had a break in the case. And that's not all. Joshua Williams has been following this story since the shooting. He has all the details.
Shocking details have been revealed by Police Commissioner Clayton Fernander as officers continue to investigate the murder of former Deputy Speaker, former parliamentarian, and former Deputy Chairman of the Free National Movement, Don Saunders. An armed robbery gone wrong. Police sticking with that theory as investigators probed what happened the night former Deputy Speaker of the House of Assembly Don Saunders was gunned down. Saunders was shot outside a club in the Gambier community last Wednesday night. Police Commissioner Clayton Fernandez says eyewitnesses saw two men approach the owner and customer of the club and demand cash.
One of the culprits approached Mr. Saunders and pushed a weapon in his face and demanded cash. It was at this time the weapon was right in his face. This is according to witnesses, that he brushed the hand that the culprit was holding the weapon, and it was at this time he was shot directly to the neck area.
Following this, Fernandez says Saunders fled and collapsed on the eastern side of the property. 3 people, 2 who are known to police and 1 who Fernandez says is assisting with the investigation, are in custody. Police also revealing information about the vehicle the suspects used.
The footage is showing where the 2 gunmen got into that vehicle and left. This same vehicle was 2 corners away prior to the incident, parked in front of a resident.
That vehicle was then tracked onto West Bay Street into the Mount Pleasant area where they lost sight of it. Police say 8 to 10 people were robbed at the club that night, including the club's owner. Police are still looking for witnesses that can help solve the crime.
We are still trying to locate 1 or 2 witnesses who was there at the establishment to please come forward.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Joshua Williams.
All right, thanks for that, Joshua. Meanwhile, police have their hands tied with a number of shooting incidents occurring over the past few days, the most recent happening just yesterday. Police say they were called to Peardale Road, where they were alerted that several people were shot. This CCTV footage obtained by Our News appears to show a small gray vehicle pulling up outside of an establishment with several men exiting, firing shots at the group. The police commissioner gave the media this update.
6 persons were shot. They were all taken to PMH, seen by doctor for injuries received about the body. 1 or 2 were shot in the leg, arm, and other areas. At this present time, they are in stable condition.
And the violence also spilling over into the Family Islands as a man from New Providence was gunned down Thursday in Andros at a club following an altercation. Police say another man was also shot and killed the same day after midnight in Bimini in a similar fashion involving an altercation at a club. Both incidents putting the country's murder count to 38. The police commissioner says an arrest has been made in connection with the Bimini incident.
At present, there's an adult male in custody who is assisting with that investigation. Our Grand Bahama Detective Unit is looking into that matter, and hopefully at the end of the day, we will bring some closure to that matter. The file is being prepared, and the AG office in Grand Bahama will view the file and give further directive.
Tragedy at the pools over the weekend. Bahamas Aquatics Federation, along with the local organizing committee for the 2024 Carifta Aquatics Championships, giving grief counseling and prayers to a Grenadian swimmer and coaching staff on Sunday. This after Sarah Dowden's father passed in hospital after he had collapsed at Betty Kelly Kenning Aquatic Center Saturday evening. Sunday night, Sarah won a bronze in the girls' 15 to 17 400 meter and said the medal was for her family and her country. Psychologist for Team Bahamas, Dr. Petra Forbes.
I went with them to the emergency room, just spoke to the daughter and the wife about all of the feelings that they're going to be going through over the next week or so, letting them know that it's completely normal to grieve. You're going to be angry, you're going to be depressed and sad, you're going to be in shock or in denial. And if you have difficulty sleeping, you have difficulty eating or coping, that is when you should seek some professional support.
All right, we've got much more to get to tonight, but for now, it's time for your first look at temperatures. Meteorologist Greg Thompson is standing by in the Weather Center. Greg?
Yeah, thanks, Kendi, and a happy evening, everybody. Beautiful day around the islands once again. Temperatures managed to get up near the 80-degree mark. We are still warm outside, temperature at 78. Few clouds. We have a light breeze, south-southeast at 14 miles per hour. Your field strength temperature is at 79. Temperatures around the islands tonight right now, it's 78 in Freeport, Marsh Harbour, Abaco, Alistown, Bimini, and in Great Harbour Key. 79 in Nicholstown, Andros. Over in Governor's Harbour, you guys, it's 77. Central Bahamas, 78 once again in Kemps Bay, Georgetown, Deadman's Key. 77 Arthurstown, Cat Island, Coburn Town, San Salvador, 76. And into the southeast Bahamas, near the 80-degree mark there with 79s in Duncan Town, Ragged Island, Colonel Hill, Crooked Island, Delectable Bay, Aucklands, Abrams Bay, and then we pick up a pair of 81s in Turks and Caicos Islands as well as in Matthew Town, Inagua. Satellite and radar composite showing quiet conditions once again. High pressure remains in charge with our weather. That's keeping us rather warm. We're starting to see that south-southeasterly flow, and that's going to turn more towards the south to southwest. That's going to bring in some more warmer temperatures tomorrow before a frontal boundary gets in here sometime early Thursday. A couple isolated showers expected with that, and then we expect a downturn in the temperatures, just a tick for the balance of the week. That's your first look at weather. Stick with us to look at the extended forecast is still to come.
Thanks, Greg. Still to come on our news, it's World Autism Awareness Day. A local pediatrician advocates for early detection and support. And exploring millennial leadership in the church. We'll tell you Pastor Glenn Russell's journey in Grand Bahama when our news returns.
Transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet. So having business in a box really kind of brought everything together for us and helps us to be able to provide the customer services that we pride ourselves on.
Don't spend hours sending individual messages to your customers. Use SMS messaging instead. With Cable Bahamas Business Solutions SMS messaging, you can send personalized messages to hundreds or even thousands of recipients instantly. It's quick, effortless, and cost-effective. Plus, it ensures that your messages are delivered directly to your customers' cellular phones, guaranteeing higher engagement. Save time and boost your outreach with SMS bulk messaging. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions at 601-8911 in Nassau or 602-8811 in the Family Islands.
Embrace technology and the digital transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
According to the Center for Disease Control, around 1% of the globe's population has autism spectrum disorder. That's over 75 million people. April 2nd is World Autism Awareness Day, and a local pediatrician and autism advocate hoping to use the day to raise awareness for the signs and the screenings parents can consider for their kids. Marlena Leonard has the story.
The World Autism Day is celebrated on April 2nd, and it's very important because we do have kids that present with developmental delay, and with autism we want to ensure that even though our kids are unique and different, they're still special.
Dr. Don Saunders has been practicing medicine for 18 years. 13 of those years have been focused in pediatrics. In Kids First Pediatric's new location on East Bay Street, they have a sensory room dedicated to screening little ones for autism.
With our sensory room, it allows our kids to be relaxed, and so even though they're coming for testing and screening, they're still in a comfortable environment. We have lots of colors, the room is calm, and so we allow our kids and our parents to be comfortable whilst we're at the same time investigating their children.
But how do you know if your child should be screened for autism?
Ideally for autism, that screening usually starts around 18 months. And during that time, a lot of kids may not be verbal, they're not talking, and that's usually the big concern when parents come in. They said, I don't think my kid can hear. Okay, so I call my kid's name, they're not responding, but hey, when I put on the TV program, they come running. So we start at 18 months, and so usually most parents from that age would start to become concerned when they compare their children to other kids. They're like, hold on, but that child's doing this, my child's not.
Dr. Saunders tells us there are a variety of different tests that can be used as part of the screening process. Most often, these involve observing how children play and communicate. The pediatrician's autism advocacy goes beyond World Autism Day, serving in both the public and private sectors, and as a board member for Resources and Education for Autism and Related Challenges, also known as REACH. She has this message for parents who are unsure if their child needs screening.
You would notice that autism doesn't have a face. Don't be an ostrich and keep your head in the sand. The earlier that you can pick up that your kid does have a delay, the earlier we can put in interventions.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Marlena Leonard.
All right, thanks for that, Marlena. As we conclude our series on millennial leadership in the church, tonight we turn our attention to Grand Bahama, where we delve into Pastor Glenn Russell's journey of leading his congregation. Pastor Russell candidly sharing his challenges and triumphs in navigating the path of leadership with our Bethany McDermott.
Bridging the gap between older and younger congregants hasn't been a challenge for New Destiny Kingdom Center pastor Glenn Russell, who credits his diverse background for his success. Drawing from those past experiences is what Pastor Russell says has helped him adeptly connect with both generations. However, he told me about the ongoing struggle to stay relevant and keep all age groups engaged.
The world is changing, and to have those who have never experienced some of the things that we are dealing with right now, to now bring that in the sermon into the church, the changes like that, for them to understand. And I think that's a key, that's an art to communicating.
Over his 8 years as senior pastor, Russell says he's managed to find balance. Yet he emphasizes the importance of preserving the church's foundation, particularly amidst the evolution of church and society.
God does not change, message change. And I think what we do, we kind of now let the message dictate the God, rather than let the God dictate the message.
Russell, a father of two, also shared with me why balancing ministry and family is vital. In this vulnerable moment, he reflected on a time when his marriage was strained due to lack of focus. It's what he says has led him to become more intentional.
For me, I'm big on making sure my wife is covered, my family is covered. I spend time. There even some time in church, I say, you know what, we got a break this week. I say if the church burning down while I'm away on vacation, call the executive pastor, call the assistant pastor, let me, my family be.
And Russell says his approach has not only strengthened his family, but also fostered growth within his congregation. He offered these encouraging words to other millennial pastors.
Your priorities got to be in the right place. Your character needs to be in the right place. Understanding that this is a call. This is not a some kind of money-making scam.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Berthany McDermott.
When our news comes back from the break, we turn our spotlight to stories making headlines across the world as deadly strikes lead World Central Kitchen to halt food delivery in Gaza. Plus, the controversial decision leading the Vatican to release a document on gender theory and surrogacy. And a high-ranking official in Antigua and Barbuda confirms Sean Diddy Combs' family was on a private jet to the island. Why he's stressing privacy and respect when Our News returns.
Transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet. So having business in a box really kind of brought everything together for us and helps us to be able to provide the customer services that we pride ourselves on.
Don't spend hours sending individual messages to your customers. Use SMS messaging instead. With Cable Bahamas Business Solutions SMS messaging, you can send personalized messages to hundreds or even thousands of recipients instantly. It's quick, effortless, and cost-effective. Plus, it ensures that your messages are delivered directly to your customers' cellular phones, guaranteeing higher engagement. Save time and boost your outreach with SMS bulk messaging. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions at 601-8911 in Nassau or 602-8811 in the Family Islands.
Embrace technology and the digital transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet. So having business in a box really kind of brought everything together for us and helps us to be able to provide the customer services that we pride ourselves on.
Don't spend hours sending individual messages to your customers. Use SMS messaging instead. With Cable Bahamas Business.
This is Our News. Welcome back. We turn our attention now to stories making headlines across the world. An international charity halted food aid to starving Palestinians after an Israeli airstrike killed 7 aid workers. Ships carrying 240 tons of aid turned back from Gaza. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu admitted the unintended strike and vowed investigation. The charity in question, World Central Kitchen, coordinated with the Israeli military but vehicles were hit. Officials say victims included nationals from the United Kingdom, Australia, Poland, the United States, and Canada, and a Palestinian. The Vatican says it will release a document addressing gender theory and surrogacy, aiming to address conservative opposition to Pope Francis' stance on same-sex unions. Cardinal Victor Manuel Fernandez is expected to present the document titled Infinite Dignity on Human Dignity on April 8th. This follows criticism of a December document allowing non-liturgical blessings for same-sex couples. Fernandez says the new document will critique societal immoral tendencies, including surrogacy and gender theory. Despite Francis' outreach, he has publicly expressed opposition to gender ideology and has advocated for a global ban on surrogacy. And Antigua and Barbuda confirmed that members of rapper Sean Diddy Combs' family were on his private jet when it landed earlier this week. Ambassador Lionel Hurst, who is chief of staff of the Prime Minister's office, provided the update, emphasizing privacy and respect. Despite speculation about Diddy's legal issues, photos placed him in Miami while his plane headed to the Caribbean. Hurst declined to disclose which family members visited to maintain privacy. He stressed that Antigua and Barbuda welcomes visitors like Diddy and his family, emphasizing innocence until proven guilty. Still to come in our news, today in history, find out interesting facts about the day that was April 2nd. Then in our news at 7:30, our Men's Health Spotlight series continues, colon cancer awareness and prevention methods explored. But first, the 4-month sentence for a man who escaped from a prison bus. When our news returns.
Transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet. So having business in a box really kind of brought everything together for us and helps us to be able to provide the customer services that we pride ourselves on.
Don't spend hours sending individual messages to your customers. Use SMS messaging instead. With Cable Bahamas Business Solutions SMS messaging, you can send personalized messages to hundreds or even thousands of recipients instantly. It's quick, effortless, and cost-effective. Plus, it ensures that your messages are delivered directly to your customers' cellular phones, guaranteeing higher engagement. Save time and boost your outreach with SMS bulk messaging. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions at 601-8911 in Nassau or 602-8811 in the Family Islands.
Embrace technology and the digital transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet. So having business in a box really kind of brought everything together for us and helps us to be able to provide the customer services that we pride ourselves on.
Don't spend hours sending individual messages to your customers. Use SMS messaging instead. With Cable Bahamas Business Solutions SMS messaging, you can send personalized messages to hundreds or even thousands of recipients instantly. It's quick, effortless, and cost-effective. Plus, it ensures that your messages are delivered directly to your customers' cellular phones, guaranteeing higher engagement. Save time and boost your outreach with SMS bulk messaging. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions at 601-8911 in Nassau or 602-8811 in the Family Islands.
Welcome back to Our News. It's time now to turn our spotlight on events that shaped the day that was April 2nd. Take a look. On this day in Bahamian history in 1973, the Bahamas adopted a new flag replacing the previous one, featuring the Union Jack and a badge depicting a British ship chasing pirate ships. Designed by Hervis Bain, the new flag consists of black, aquamarine, and gold colors. The black triangle symbolizes the strength of the Bahamian people, with the triangle pointing toward the flag's body, representing their determination to develop the nation's resources. The adoption marked a significant moment as the Bahamas gained independence just over 3 months later. Fast forward to 2020. When the Ministry of Health confirmed 3 new cases of COVID-19, bringing the total to 24 at the time. 2 cases were reported in New Providence and 1 in Grand Bahama. The surge in cases also led to the isolation of 50 healthcare workers. Then Health Minister Dr. Don Saunders addressed the situation.
Now, I don't want everybody to cause Nassau to tip over when they start running into the west. It is early days yet. But we are able to look at these maps and see where we need to focus our attention. And so the surveillance team puts a lot of attention on trying to find out exactly where people are.
And finally, in 2022, Rather Alive were recognized by Ookla as having the fastest fixed and mobile networks, showcasing their commitment to providing top-notch connectivity.
What excites me more is, even with our current product and some of our challenges, as we think about our move to fiber to the home, which we just recently launched, our 80 million upgrade here in New Providence, I'm excited that our customers are going to continue to get a world-class experience. And it's just good to be recognized by, an international partner like Ookla, that in the Bahamas that we've got the fastest network in the Bahamas. And so this is something that we continue to benchmark ourselves against what world class really is. And so Ookla's recognition of our work and the hard work that we went through. I mean, I must confess, as CEO of our business, with the challenges of the pandemic, it's really good to know that the upgrades that we have made to our network continue to make a difference to our customers and to our overarching partners.
To be recognized by an independent party in terms of the speed, and not just the speed, but what is the backbone of that is also the resilience of our network as well. And so when Alive launched its network, it was a state-of-the-art network, and it still is. And this is a testament in terms of the network that we've built, and hence the performance that we are now recognizing and seeing today.
All right, to watch that historical recap again and for all of today's top stories, you can visit ournews.bs. That's going to do it for us in News at 7. Joining us now is Italia Hall with the latest headlines in Italia. Happy Easter. I see you are still carrying that Easter spirit.
I am. I
with
enjoyed
this,
my
beautiful
holiday.
pastel dress you have on.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, how was the holiday?
It was good. It was good.
Stuff.
I was able to go to church, and relax a bit. It was good.
And I saw your Tuesday motivation.
Motivational, yes. Positive vibes on this thankful Tuesday.
I received it.
Yes. And welcome back, Ken. Happy to have you back. All right. Thanks so much. Well, coming up tonight, our Men's Health Spotlight series continues, plus the 4-month sentence for a man who escaped from a prison bus. Here are your latest headlines. First tonight on Our News Live at 7:30, I'm disgusted with violence. Those comments coming from the father of one of the victims involved in a mass shooting over the holiday weekend. Plus, more details revealed in the shooting death of former Tall Pines Member of Parliament Don Saunders. Also under investigation, police looking for clarity following claims that an officer robbed a businessman recently. The Commissioner of Police speaks. And later, men 40 and over, listen up. Did you know that a simple test can assist in the early detection of cancer? While our Jerome Sawyer continues his series on men's health issues when Our News Live at 7:30 returns.
On the picturesque island of Grand Bahama, a pioneering initiative is taking shape. Lucaya Solar Power Limited presents the $15 million Lucaya Solar Power Project, the first of its kind in the Bahamas' energy landscape. The state-of-the-art solar farm on the Fairfield and Devon sites spans just over 30 acres, and once completed, will harness the power of the sun to generate over 9.5 megawatts of clean, sustainable energy. The Lucaya Solar Project is a pivotal step towards diversifying the country's energy sources and significantly reducing dependency on fossil fuels. It's more than just a project. It's a commitment to a greener, more sustainable future. Lucaya Solar Power Limited, powered by Inti, powering your world, powering your future.
You've seen electric cars on the road, but isn't it time you drive one? Easy Car Sales invites you to experience the smooth, powerful ride and immerse yourself in the luxury and latest tech features. Find out why the Bahamas is going electric. Visit easy242.com and book your test drive now. What are you waiting for? Save money, drive smarter. There's an EV waiting for you at Easy Car Sales.
Bahamas Power and Light Company Limited looks forward to helping our customers eliminate wasted energy. Energy conservation is the decision and practice of using less energy. Energy efficiency means using less energy to perform the same task, unplugging appliances not in use. That's energy conservation.
Welcome to our news. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Natalia Hall. 6 people, including a teen, were injured after gunshots rang out in the Marathon community on Easter Monday. The mass shooting has left residents reeling. Our Brittany McDermott reports.
Peardale was the scene of the country's latest mass shooting. Police say the violence unfolded around 6 p.m. as the victims were standing outside a business on Peardale Road, just south of Wolf Road. That's when 2 men jumped out of a small silver car and opened fire on the group. Caught in the crossfire were the 44, 41, 37, 23, 20, and 16-year-old victims. They were all taken to the hospital in a private vehicle. Resident Donald Lightburn says he was home when he heard the gunshots. The father of 3 says he's disgusted with the violence.
But they need to do something with crime in general, man. Them guns and things in the down. You understand what I'm saying? Young fellas out of control. Sell people, innocent people getting hurt for nothing. 6 old people get shot.
Police say one of the victims is being electronically monitored for manslaughter and firearm charges, while another victim has attempted murder and possession of dangerous drug charges. Lightburn says he now feels uncomfortable in his community. He's calling on police to be more proactive in fighting crime.
Some fellas who's 2 days and then come hanging around the innocent people and causing them get hurt. You understand what I'm saying? The police know what's going on. So come get the people we all know doing whatsoever and take them away from around the people who ain't doing nothing.
Back at the scene today, we spoke with the head of the Marathon Urban Renewal Center, ASP Shanique Ford. She says with the help of community outreach programs, they are taking an holistic approach in trying to curb crime in the community.
We are out there in the community, so we hear their cries. We try to assist where possible, and we try to bring unity back to the Peardale area.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Brittany McDermott.
And from one shocking crime to another, new details emerging about the shocking murder of former Tall Pines Member of Parliament Don Saunders. The country's top cop held a press conference this morning revealing they've had a break in the case. Saunders was shot outside a club in the Gambier community on Wednesday night. Police Commissioner Clayton Fernandez says eyewitnesses saw 2 men approach the owner and customer of the club and demanded cash.
One of the culprits approached Mr. Saunders and pushed a weapon in his face and demanded cash. It was at this time the weapon was right in his face. This is according to witnesses, that he brushed the hand that the culprit was holding the weapon, and it was at this time he was shot directly to the neck area.
3 people, 2 who are known to police and 1 who Fernandez says is assisting with the investigation, are in custody. Police say the getaway vehicle was then tracked onto West Bay Street into the Mount Pleasant area where they lost sight of it. Meantime, 8 to 10 people were robbed at the nightclub. on that night, including the club's owner. Now police are still looking for witnesses who can help solve the crime.
We are also appealing to persons who would have been there at the establishment. We are still trying to locate one or two witnesses who was there at the establishment to please come forth.
While the corruption unit of the Royal Bahamas Police Force is looking into claims that an inspector and an assistant superintendent robbed a businessman last week of $90,000. Police Commissioner Clayton Fernandez confirmed as much, clarifying that no officer has been put on administrative leave. Fernandez says the investigation is being headed by Deputy Police Commissioner Lee Mandelavo. He says police are looking to get clarity in the matter.
There's nobody on administrative leave at this time, but yes, we have a complaint, still trying to get some clarity to it. Okay, there's so much bits and pieces of information that the deputy and his team is trying to bring together. Once that is done, and we are moving quickly to do just that. And I told the deputy I want to see him along with the team as soon as we completed this press briefing so that we could see where we are with the investigation. Then we'll go.
A Bahamian man who's wanted in the United States for human smuggling briefly escaped lawful custody last Thursday. Vandrick Smith is fighting extradition to Florida for his alleged role in a 2022 smuggling operation that resulted in the death of 5 migrants. Smith was remanded to prison on March 6 pending an extradition hearing. On March 28, Smith appeared before a magistrate for an unrelated gun possession case. After the matter was adjourned, Smith escaped from the police bus that was taking him back to prison. He was captured following a short chase in the Wolf Road area. Smith pleaded guilty to escape at his arraignment before Magistrate Algernon Allen Jr., who handed him a 4-month sentence. Well, spring is definitely here with warmer temperatures and sunny skies as temperatures stayed in the low 80s for the most part of the day. Meteorologist Greg Thompson is live in the Weather Center with your first look at weather. Greg.
Yeah, thanks, Italian. Welcome back, everybody. Yeah, it was a rather warm day today. Temperatures managed to get up into the low 80s, and it is still warm on the outside. It's 76 degrees, few clouds. A little bit of a breeze that may be taking some of the edge off of that heat. South-southeast winds, 13 miles per hour, but it still feels like 78 degrees on the outside. Satellite radar composite showing high pressure in charge, some high-level clouds moving across the Florida state and to the north of the Bahamas. Some of that is moving across the northern islands, but that high will slide out towards the east. There is a front that we're watching coming into the Gulf of Mexico. That one is going to get in here sometime by Thursday morning, but the winds are going to pick up tomorrow ahead of that front, and the temperatures will be back near the 80-degree mark. That's a quick check on conditions around the island. Stick with us to look at your extended forecast. Still to come.
Still to come in our news, an update on the former Health and Wellness Minister following reports that he was airlifted to the United States. And tonight we continue our series on men's health issues. Hear how a simple test can prevent cancer. And later we sit down with RF Bank and Trust Head of Group Investments about economic projections for this quarter. Hear how crime may be playing a factor when our news continues.
To the Americas, on the picturesque island of Grand Bahama, a pioneering initiative is taking shape. Lucaya Solar Power Limited presents the $15 million Lucaya Solar Power Project, the first of its kind in the Bahamas' energy landscape. The state-of-the-art solar farm on the Fairfield and Devon sites spans just over 30 acres, and once completed, will harness the power of the sun to generate over 9.5 megawatts of clean, sustainable energy. The Lucaya Solar Project is a pivotal step towards diversifying the country's energy sources and significantly reducing dependency on fossil fuels. It's more than just a project, it's a commitment to a greener, more sustainable future. Lucaya Solar Power Limited, powered by Inti, powering your world, powering your future.
You've seen electric cars on the road, but isn't it time you drive one? Easy Car Sales invites you to experience the smooth, powerful ride and immerse yourself in the luxury and latest tech features. Find out why the Bahamas is going electric. Visit easy242.com and book your test drive now. What are you waiting for? Save money, drive smarter. There's an EV waiting for you at Easy Car Sales.
Bahamas Power and Light Company Limited looks forward to helping our customers eliminate wasted energy. Energy conservation is the decision and practice of using less energy. Energy efficiency means using less energy to perform the same task, unplugging appliances not in use. That's energy conservation. Replacing an old refrigerator, washing machine with a new model, adding insulation to the attic and walls of a home. That's energy efficiency. People conserve to gain more control over their energy bill and to reduce demand on the Earth's natural resources. Take this journey with us as we build for better. BPL.
Former Health Minister Renwood Wells is in Florida for further testing after sudden exhaustion sent him to the emergency room at the Princess Margaret Hospital last Wednesday. Since then, well wishes have poured in from across the country for the former cabinet minister. Today, we got this update from Wells' publicist, Kevin Harris.
After they were able to stabilize him, they made the decision to have him at this particular time. At that time, they decided to have him admitted to the hospital, and they decided to give him some observation and to also allow the medical team an opportunity to run some tests to determine exactly what was going on. After a few days at the Princess Margaret Hospital, his medical team made the decision to require some additional testing, which they wanted done in South Florida.
Wells was airlifted to South Florida, and he added that he's extremely grateful to the medical team at the Princess Margaret Hospital and has been moved by the outpouring of support from Bahamians.
We can confirm is that the tests are in progress at this particular time in Florida, and in speaking with him, he is in high spirits, and he is alert. And he is absolutely conscious and aware of the interests and the support of the Bahamian people. And so I am really encouraged from talking with him that he is making good strides. And so, of course, out of the abundance of caution, they are requiring these additional testing. And to my understanding, that should be wrapping up within a day or so in Florida. And then we're looking forward to him returning back to the capital.
Well, tonight, our continuing series on men's health issues. Every March, the medical community focuses on colon cancer awareness. It's just one of the many diseases men over the age of 40 can face. It's a fact that colon and prostate challenges are common in our older male population, while our Jerome Sawyer takes a look at why some preventative methods should be taken.
This report is brought to you by Doctors Hospital.
My joints are a little stiff when I get out of bed.
Right.
My feet hurt sometimes. As I explained, frequent bathroom use.
They aren't always the most comfortable conversations for older men, but as Dr. Vashti Darling of Doctors Hospital and I discuss, these are the realities for men 40 and above.
Other than the frequency and what we call nocturia, going at night, have you noticed that there's been any hesitancy, like you try to go and nothing's coming? Mm-hmm. Okay, is the stream still good? Mm-hmm. Okay.
As men age, the prostate becomes more and more of an area to watch, as it is a place in our bodies where so many possible health problems begin.
Once a man ages, that prostate is going to enlarge, and that may manifest with certain urinary symptoms. Very often you have those symptoms taking place, and men, because they have a fear of coming to the doctor, they would have the nighttime urination, have the incontinence, but not presenting to their primary care for fear of the worst.
The best defense is, of course, early detection. But given the nature of the prostate checks and even a simple colon screening,
men tend to shy away.
And that is very taboo for men because, when we talk about colonoscopy, it involves some uncomfortable situations that men can find themselves in. So when you explain to them the procedure for a colonoscopy, oh no, doc, I ain't doing that. But if you educate your patient and they build that rapport with you, they've been coming to you for several years. By the time as they reach the age of 45, when we start our colon cancer screening, they're comfortable enough to trust you and say, okay, well, doc say I need this, I'm going to get this done.
So guys, the next time you tell yourself, I'm fine, go get a second opinion from your physician. Reporting for Our News, I'm Jerome Sawyer.
Thanks for that, Jerome. Well, the Bahamas grabbing headlines across the world earlier this year after a spate of violent incidents claimed the lives of more than a dozen people. The news having a negative impact on the tourism industry, with hotels seeing a fall in occupancy levels. Taxi drivers have also said that guests were afraid. By mid-March, the country had seen more than 30 murders, the majority taking place in the capital. Just this weekend, a mass shooting took place on Peardale Road. 6 people were caught in the crossfire and are in hospital. Well, during our monthly sit-down interview with RF Bank and Trust Vice President, Head of Group Investment, David Slatter, he says crime is still a concern and that can possibly hurt the economy.
I think, the coverage of it in social media seems to have calmed down a bit. But then in the paper today, you read about 6 people shot, somebody killed in Andros. So, once again, we're our own worst enemy. We need to keep this under control. And we cannot expect external social media and external news sources to simply say, oh, we're just going to ignore it for the benefit of the Bahamas. No, they're out to generate stories. And if we give them the fodder for stories, it's our own fault. I'm going to Memphis, Tennessee. I haven't gone there yet, but apparently they have a murder rate per capita far greater than the Bahamas. It's one of the most dangerous cities in the U.S. Would I not go to Memphis? Well, I would, but I'd figure out where I'm going and where I'm not going. So foreign visitors to the Bahamas do their research, and we need to make sure that our product is clean and safe, or as clean and safe as possible. Otherwise, you can't expect positive outcomes from a negative experience or negative perceptions.
It's now time for tonight's Financial Market Minute, brought to you by RF, your local investment bank. This has been your Financial Market Minute. To explore the best performing mutual funds in the Bahamas, visit our website at www.rfgroup.com.
Coming up in sports, Carifta Aquatics has been as dominant as promised, and Carifta Athletics finishes second overall.
And fairly nice weather conditions in the capital on this Tuesday. Greg is back in the Weather Center with more weather details right after this quick break. Stay with us.
Transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet. So having business in a box really kind of brought everything together for us and helps us to be able to provide the customer services that we pride ourselves on.
Don't spend hours sending individual messages to your customers. Use SMS messaging instead. With Cable Bahamas Business Solutions SMS messaging, you can send personalized messages to hundreds or even thousands of recipients instantly. It's quick, effortless, and cost-effective. Plus, it ensures that your messages are delivered directly to your customers' cellular phones, guaranteeing higher engagement. Save time and boost your outreach with SMS bulk messaging. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions at 601-8911 in Nassau or 602-8811 in the Family Islands.
Embrace technology and the digital transformation for better business results. For small business owners,
This is our news. Welcome back. Our swim team gets closer to a sixth consecutive title, and the track team finishes second place in Grenada. Here now with our sports presented by 10th year seniors is Ronaldo Dorset. Ronaldo?
Thanks, Italia. This is Our Sports presented by 10YS. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. Let's do show. Bahamas Aquatics takes a commanding lead into the final day in the pool at Carifta 2024. Sasha Lightborn brings us the latest from the BKK.
Heading into the final day of competition, the Bahamas had 804 points, more than 300 points ahead of the Cayman Islands, and that meant more goals too, a total of 26 by the end of the evening session on day 3.
I know that I worked hard for this moment and I wanted to do my best and PR a lot.
Both senior captains also took home gold medals for the Bahamas, with Ranishka Gibbs getting a new Carifta record as well.
It feels good. That was one of my really big expectations that I have for this meet, to break the record, and I did, and I feel proud of myself. Just execute the race as best as possible, and that's what I did.
It's just being fueled by that crowd looking over and then seeing that the drums sounding and the people waving. It just made me want to go fast and go harder.
And the message from head coach Trevano McPhee was a simple one.
We're coming to put the nail in the coffin tomorrow and stamp this 6 feet and look forward to 7 feet next year. That's what we're going for.
Now the final session of the 2024 Carifta Aquatics Championship is already underway. It is expected that the Bahamas will indeed claim their 6th consecutive title. Reporting for Our Sports, presented by 10th year seniors, I'm Sasha Lightborn.
As the curtain closed on the 51st Carifta Track and Field Championships, Team Bahamas finished second overall in the standings. The team concluded the meet in St. George's, Grenada with 33 medals, 9 gold, 13 silver, and 11 bronze. The final session Monday night featured 6 medals for Team Bahamas, highlighted by Anaya Roll's Carifta record-setting performance in the pole vault at 2.90 meters. Terrell McCoy medaled in her second event with a silver in the under-17 girls discus at 36.09 meters.
I didn't expect it, but I prayed last night. I was still frustrated a bit from shot put. However, when I came with this, I came with a clear mind and clear conscience, knowing that I just had to do my best, and I'm so glad that I went out there and I threw a PB.
Raleigh Hanna won bronze in the under-20 boys triple jump at 14.85 meters. On the track, Jakaria Wilson won silver in the under-20 boys 100-meter hurdles in 13.94 seconds. The under-17 girls 4x400 meter relay team finished second in 3 minutes 47.13 seconds, and the under-20 girls 4x4 team was third in 3 minutes 49.82 seconds. Perennial champions Jamaica took first place with 83 medals, 44 gold, 23 silver, and 16 bronze, but the Bahamas took first in the post-meet celebration. Celebrated as one of the top high school basketball prospects in America, VJ Edgecombe is already using his platform to foreshadow how he plans to help the future generation of Bahamian hoopers.
The scholarship I place back home, I just want to help kids. Kids that aren't funded properly, doesn't have like a strong base, strong foundation financially. I just want to be able to help them, allow them to be happy and give an opportunity to get free education.
Edgecombe is preparing for the McDonald's All-American game tonight at 9:30 p.m. at the Toyota Center in Houston, Texas. That's it for Our Sports. This is 10YS. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. Back to the studio.
When our news comes back from the break, nice weather conditions on this Tuesday evening. Greg is back with more weather details right after this quick break. Stay with us.
Demand on the Earth's natural resources. Take this journey with us as we build for better. BPL.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet. So having business in a box really kind of brought everything together for us and helps us to be able to provide the customer services that we pride ourselves on.
Don't spend hours sending individual messages to your customers. Use SMS messaging instead. With Cable Bahamas Business Solutions SMS messaging, you can send personalized messages to hundreds or even thousands of recipients instantly. It's quick, effortless, and cost-effective. Plus, it ensures that your messages are delivered directly to your customers' cellular phones, guaranteeing higher engagement. Save time and boost your outreach with SMS bulk messaging. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions at 601-8911 in Nassau or 602-8811 in the Family Islands.
Embrace technology and the digital transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices.
Welcome back to our news. Lovely weather outside the Our News studios this evening, and things are expected to stay pretty nice for the rest of the work week. Greg is back in the Weather Center live with your extended forecast. Greg?
Yeah, thanks again, Natalia. Welcome back, everybody. After that nice holiday weekend, we are starting to see some nice changes in the weather. Warm temperatures are going to be with us for at least another day. There's a frontal boundary that we're watching that's going to be getting in here, but high pressure in the meantime will remain in charge of our weather. That high is going to slide out towards the east. That's paving the way for this frontal boundary now across the southeastern United States. Quite a bit of activity with that. Tail end of it should swing through us by Thursday, bringing us a couple isolated showers. Temperatures will take a slight dip. Not much in terms of any cold air mass behind this, but pretty nice weather expected for the remainder of the week. Ahead of this front, though, winds will be picking up, high-level clouds moving across our area through Wednesday, and by Wednesday evening, we're watching that frontal boundary approaching the Florida area. As I mentioned, it should be falling apart, and then by Thursday, should get into the northwest Bahamas early and should fall apart as it pushes towards the south. High pressure will build back behind that, and once again, nice weather for the weekend. Northwest Bahamas, if you're doing any boating, those winds picking up, an advisory is likely across the extreme northern islands once that front gets into the area. But a caution and flag for the rest. Caution flag in place for the rest of the Northwest Bahamas. South to southwest winds 15 to 20 knots. Seas 4 to 6 feet. High across the extreme northern islands. Your low tide will be at 8:46 tonight. High tide at 3:21 in the morning for the central and southeast Bahamas. Southeast to southerly flow 10 to 15 knots. Seas running 2 to 4 feet over open waters. Here's a look now at your national forecast. In the extended forecast, that frontal boundary getting in here prior to the front, we should see some windy conditions tomorrow, but it will remain windy on Thursday. Wind starting to fall off on Friday. Some residual moisture hanging around by Saturday, and then beautiful weather expected for the remainder of the weekend and into next week. So get out and enjoy it. That's a look at our weather. Make it a safe night, everybody.
All right, thanks so much, Greg, and thank you for joining us for our news tonight. On behalf of the entire team, I'm Natalia Hall. We'll see you tomorrow night. Have a great evening.